Well, damn, it would be my absolute pleasure, fellas. So good to have all of you united in an analytical front. And now I've got Chad Birchall to keep me informed and to keep you as well. There goes Matthew over to Nuke, and that's exactly where we're going as well. Naden off the door, Diha has opened it up, and we're into game. We'll have sound and everything running in just a second, because down goes the first. And it looks like they're actually just pressuring topside. 2 Ts make it 3 are in. And we'll be hearing it shortly, I'm sure.
Could just be us again, Alex. You never know about these things. But 1xBet odds here quite, well, just favouring forZe. It is a fast top here from ENCE. A retake underway. No utility remaining here. It is just going to be the bullets. Gooshed on up. Zorti in a little bit of trouble. Kenzie's found one. Time now. Halfway ticked.
Okay, Spinks is in a power position. Kenzie's relieved a lot of the stress, and Flit Trading does put it all onto Snappy. No armor. Bomb's planted for him, and they're closing the gap. If he could just play time, he's going to get double swung. Does he rot enough time off the clock? I have no idea. I can't hear it.
I'm pretty sure. All right. Well, this is like we have one of our sensors muted right now, guys. We'll do our darndest.
Hyper aware of how annoying I am.
You don't have to
listen to this guy every time. Oh,
so unfortunate for everybody at home. But that right there, guys, is you're going to see that a lot from ENCE. I'm going to send out some smoke signals. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send out some smoke signals here, Alex. We'll see if we can sort this one out. Ah, okay. Never mind. It's coming. It's on its way. One of the scenarios here with ENCE is that they like these really fast maneuvers on Nuke, right? We've caught an absolute truckload of ENCE quick plays, and there we go. 4 Galils, Mac 10, Squeaky blown open. Doto, someone who's come up absolutely clutch for them, at least within the Pro League new games that we've seen. Smoked off main, a little bit of a stall out, and in they go.
Oh man, Chad, I wish we'd had time to set the scene a little bit. Because this is what ENCE have been up to previously. They love, especially Snappy, calling these fast top pops and immediately reaping the rewards. Jerry caught on his yard aggress. Just collecting and farming up frags. I think they suspect the CTs are saving already, which it does seem they are. Just having another bite of the cherry into the 3rd round of play.
For me, this situation is ENCE should win Nuke and forZe should win Mirage.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I mean, what is it, 17 now? 16 wins?
17 in a row for forZe on Mirage. So the way that I look at these opening 2 maps, it's almost like we're guaranteed or destined for a 3rd.
A best of 1 on Ancient.
Yeah, so the thing is, these teams have to live up to that though, right? So if you start seeing ENCE looking like they're in trouble on Nuke, or you start seeing forZe look like they're in a bit of trouble on Mirage, well then someone's done some good prep.
Certainly, and there's a great interview. HLTV, oh, Zorti holds on nicely. That's a good punishing kill as well. But there was an interview over on HLTV.org where they talked to Jerry a little bit, and he admitted about the veto with their opponent here in the round of 12, that Nuke was weak for them. He acknowledged that forZe's Nuke was weak, but he also felt like ENCE's was. He gave himself about a 60-40 odds of converting on this map. I want to see some evidence of that.
He gave himself 60-40?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, he's going in with the mentality they can win their opponent's pick. We'll see how that goes, because if they can't stop the aggressive top maneuvers, then they're already off to a really bad start, right? And the fact that ENCE have started conditioning that on the 1st and 2nd rounds of the game gives them a lot to play with now. So when we get around to the 1st gun round, or the 1st gun round where ENCE attempt to go fast top, forZe have to stop it.
And if you're a human being and you play Counter-Strike, then you can definitely empathize, or at least appreciate the storyline of Zorti and Kenzie, but playing some of their first tier 1 opposition and thriving.
I didn't address it, but this is a full buy from forZe. Flit has an M4. They have 3 SMGs. Like this is a 3rd round buy after a force from forZe on the CT side here. So
I wonder if the extra couple of scout kills incited them to go for this, because that Mac 10, the Galils are in play, a nade to bait them in, and oh, he didn't clear his corners. Jerry gets punished for that negligence. And that's a 6 seconds bought and shaved off the clock. He's naded off the door. A smoke on top. It's perfect. Good util usage out of forZe. It will slow down ENCE. They have to respect that. They have to.
They want to send them over towards Flit, you would hope, right? He's the guy with the M4 here. And there he goes. He picks up one just through the smoke on towards ramp. Zorti dinked on down. Lots of pressure now.
Yeah, the jig is up. They've seen the M4. They're trying to nade and finish off Zorti, and descending into that low site. He'd love a frag. One. Just take one on the way in. And he has. Knocks the head off of Hades. Low HP already onto Diha, so he's very vulnerable and susceptible to that scout should he expose himself. Spink's trying to retreat, actually back up the ramp. Ooh. Very indecisive, and they've lost Doto's lobby lurk. This has fallen apart completely for ENCE.
Are they saving? Or are they going to give this a crack? Because if they go in through Hut, Hamaze is here.
Yeah, I mean, they'd just be feeding the beast at this point.
It's a save. It has to be a save. All right, a bit of robbery there from forZe. So we had a bit of confusion in the first few rounds of play, but we've caught up now. And forZe, yeah, with these back-to-back buy rounds, managed to get themselves on the board here. They even find an AK, they keep that M4, a Galil picked up for Zorti, so getting a nice few upgrades here. That's great from Flit. You wonder if he caught, you know, the occlusion of the smoke there. Right, it's different for everybody's POV, but interesting one. Just throwing some bullets into Hut and getting a kill. You love that. Now the buy is back, right? We're going to see a lot of this, right? We spoke about the fast plays. Well, ENCE also love a good force buy. So here we go. Maybe this is one of those fast top plays. Can forZe dispel them?
Okay, well, starting quickly. Diha springing into the top site and no one to receive him. He can't believe the space he's been given. Perhaps by design, Almeza can't contest the plant. Spinks is already getting it down.
They're choosing to play retake. Look how much util they're holding onto here.
Okay, well, that's worked wonderfully for the first. Jerry corralling from main and Zorti to pack him up. It's time for that util, though. You can see D is looking for some of his own. They are completely dry on nades. The snappy flank could be everything. They're setting up to execute through heaven. If Snappy was to strike, this could ruin everything. He sees Kenzie a sitting duck. They'll have to deal with him. There's not enough time to go for a defuse. You might just have to cut your losses. Almeza lucky to be alive. Now losing the AK. Will take another for his trouble, but yeah, ENCE will make it 3, and that's a very punishing round to lose if you're forZe.
That's interesting, right? Because it was clear that forZe was setting up to play retake top.
Deliberately, yeah.
Yeah, so they were opting to, hey, we'll give ENCE the site and then we'll have a retake. And you could see the util they're throwing out from heaven, but one of the issues there was Snappy getting the kill at the same time as a flash was thrown by one of the forZe players that bounced off a teammate. You're about to see the cluster truck up here. There's the flash that lands in the pack. So now they're having to turn. They've just lost a player and all of that. Yeah, so fumbled the retake right there, and well, bouncing back is ENCE. 3-1 score reads. AWP out now, and this is just the force buy wars here. A classic case of it. 1 M4 on Flit. Well, we've seen this. An M4 A4 for Almeza, and Zorti with that AWP. Let's see if they can make this one work. It's almost like a slightly upgraded version of the first round they won. Gonna be a window smoke just here. Thrown out from Spinks. This is gonna help with their yard control. Zorti not playing over towards that line. He will be feeling the pressure. You can see these isolation smokes. Main smoked off.
He still has some degree of info, and they're actually looking to punish Flit, who's been boosted up. And with a silencer, he could be good for a couple. Oh, one slips under. Takes him long enough that Diha keeps us level, and the bomb is descending as it currently stands. There's only one man there, and Kenzie, a missed shot. Won't get many more opportunities like that. Diha actually choosing to pull the plug, and what's going on there? A real opportunity goes awry. He hits it through the door instead. He says play on, and perhaps Diha now feeling the pressure. Jerry to swing the door open on next sound cue. It's a fake. Jerry does not bite. Oh, he does. And it results in his demise. Spinks given a chance, but it's Diha to come up clutch. 2 half-health members of forZe. And already he's isolated the first. Almeza booked Kenzie's deagle. It was a way into this round. Will it be a way to close? The answer's no. Diha good for the quad, and a 1v2 for good measure.
Oof, all right, 4-1 now, and you're going to start thinking forZe at some point will have to take a save. This might be that exact moment. We did have a decent back and forth. I know they only got 1 round out of it, but some of these have been very, very close scenarios here. This one, did Jerry just swing that open? Because Diha did get to the sound cue of the fake plant on the bomb there, so getting fired up. There's Hades. And I think this one here, if you're the uninitiated, if you're hearing it, well, why are we watching ENCE versus forZe?
You're right.
Well, they definitely qualify for the playoffs, guys. That's the first reason you're watching them. But second reason is there's a couple of names here that you really should take note of. This man right here on your screen who just clutched down the previous Diha is one. Hades, another.
Yeah, dude, Doto, of course, and you can see the opening statement from him just saying Hades has taken us to a new level with his ability on that AWP. Speaking of Doto, he's fine. Kenzie's deagle again featured in the feed early, so there is a world where these deagles can be threatening. Flit would have to be ignored. 2 quick clicks, not going to be easy, and instead just a bit of chip damage. It's nothing to be celebrated, and this one will just peter out into the expected result. And nice to see a little cheeky heaven wrap. You don't get many of them.
Yeah, I really like the pace from Snappy because it can be really disruptive, right? Like, it's just if you're unable to stop it, then he's just going to keep running over you with it, and then it's something that's going to be in his arsenal of calling for the remainder of the game. Now, if it doesn't work and you get locked out, you look a little bit silly. But so far, so good. Think about how many rounds they've finished topside.
And have been planting so early. Hades getting the info and the frag.
Yeah, so I worry for forZe already because now it's a case of chasing your tail. But we'll see how far they can push the issue here today.
And it's not like it hasn't featured a little bit of everything. We've seen those top plants. We just saw Diha closing out on the lower site. Yard smokes have been effective. Snappy already up to 10 kills. And I do think he is going to be one of those leaders. I know this is very easy and floaty analysis to drop, but he is one of those in-game leaders that tends to be at his best when he is fragging. His calls will synchronize with a good Snappy performance.
Yeah, because he's feeling himself, right?
Yeah.
So if the calls are working and he's finding that space, then he's feeling the game. And that's going to make his calling better as well. It's not calling for him, but if things are going well and they're getting into these positions, then of course he's going to be able to find, you know, the odd one or two. Especially when he's operating with the Mac 10 as well. You look at the way he's bounding around these corners. Yeah, being selfless, but also he gets to set the pace for his team. He's like, guys, we're going ramp, right? And he's got the Mac 10. So if you're coming in to trade him, you need to be behind him to trade, right? So he gets to set that tone, that pace.
And don't let me dismiss it as just, you know, farmed eco frags. I mean, he also had that incredible Tech 9 flank that stopped the retake in its track.
Well, this is the thing, right? Eco kills as well, they're not as easy as they once used to be. It's not no head armor USPs and Glocks, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about Deagles, P250s, util. They're even whipping out MP9s now in some of these lighter buys. And thing is, someone has to get them. They're the hardest rounds to win, and well, so are these apparently back into top. Spinks opens things up. The Mac 10s cannot be stopped.
Not again. Zorti's overwhelmed. Molotov'd off. They have to respect it. And ENCE already. Look at the clock, Chad. 1 minute 33, and Diha isn't even sweating as he plants.
Yeah, this is just no dramas, right? And that buy right there from forZe, it didn't feel like it had everything they needed, right? Light on in a couple of util departments. Now, the weapons aren't bad, but to stop a top rush, you need a molly squeaky, you need a molly heart. You know what happens if you do that? They're probably going to extinguish or run through with the first two players anyway, right? So
no molly.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. There's no hut molly, so they're just going to run straight on through. What are you meant to do, right? You don't even have the utility required to stop the one thing that ENCE run on their nuke all the time, a hard top. Okay.
Maybe we should be prioritizing utility if that's going to be
MP9 or a
something.
shotgun.
Yeah, a little shotgun on the hut.
You don't want it.
I know you love your Julies. Why don't you go full util Julies, bro? Treat yourself.
But the thing is as well, like you look at the details here that ENCE put into this. If you don't have all the util required, it gets a lot less messy for them. They drop their top heart molly, they blow open Squeaky, they're smoking main, flashes are coming in through Squeaky in towards main, flashes through the skylights, and the spacing that they're running with there, you see the way that Spinks goes, he goes front side of the bomb box. That we can wrap around. They have multiple people pressuring that position.
Question.
Yes.
Is Snappy ballsy enough to call something like a top hop again? You don't just go straight back into it, do you?
Yeah, he is. I don't think he will, but he is.
Okay, well, looks like we are going to be seeing a little bit of a slower approach. D had to be walking on into Zorti's domain, and I don't know where his health went. Was it through the box?
Must have been, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you can see the bullet. Zorti's got his line up, kept Dia very honest, and it's actually set Kenzie up in a power position should they continue to push. If it is just Snappy, though, he'll be able to call their fake, call their bluff. Should enable forZe to be in the right place.
Yeah, Kenzie here has so much information.
Oh, Snappy
spotted.
Yeah. Oh, and now the power starts to shift. Snappy.
Careful, Kenzie.
Nearly had him booked there.
Yeah, well, I guess the fact is it stalled it out and they know it's not coming. So a bit of high alert right now for Flit. You can see these jiggles.
Yeah, but now they know that you know.
That we all know.
That we all know. No?
All I know is there's a lot of pressure on ramp right now. Do ENCE want to stick with this? No way. They want to head back. So they've done their job. They've pulled Zorti over. They forced the ramp defender of Flit towards the lower side. And now they're posturing for a top split.
Yeah, Almeza cannot believe it's going to happen again to him. This time he's on the site itself, actively holding a late arrival from Snappy and Kenzie. This standoff in yard. Oh, damn. The finest margins separate them, but looking good for forZe here. Jerry in a prime position to punish and already has dealt out two. Put in the ground. Kenzie last spotted out yard. Zorti up in the heavens. And doesn't get the information on that jump either, so Hades still a powerful position for him to linger in. He hasn't dumped his util. Bogdan's law dictates that the AWP to be saved. Kenzie dispatched for a passive one. Are they giving this up? They can't be. Seeing what Zorti can find at least. Oh, and it's more than something. Hades does shut him down.
Spots another as well here. This one is done. I didn't even feel that they were convinced they were going for this one, right? It felt like, are we retaking? I'm not sure.
Like, if you get something...
Well, we'll have a little look, and whoever dies last gets to save, I guess. So Kenzie, not going to get the hold onto the AWP. He's gone too. So, yeah, all right, let's go on to Mirage. Let's see if that's about the same for forZe, and then we'll just go to Ancient, shall we? Let's just play the first cut, because, come on now.
How do you explain it, though? Like, can I, like, proper, you know, silver chat question that they probably are asking but too afraid to type? Like, how do you explain how a team can be so proficient on Mirage to the point where they're beating every tier 1 team in existence, 17 in a bloody row, it just works like water, and then you proceed to not look like they can defend some top pops on Nuke?
They don't have a 6-map pool, I suppose.
That's as simple as that, I guess.
Yeah, so they have a 6-map pool, which includes Nuke, but they obviously still have weaknesses in that 6-map pool,
Kenzie,
being Nuke.
Yeah. He's going to try and tip the scales, lingering in the smokes. It's unlikely he goes unchecked. Every team's so diligent with their spray. He's been spotted out. He'd do very well to take anyone with him now. And yeah, damage. Snappy deals with him, and the rest likely to fall into place. 2 across Secret already, but it looked like Snappy was second-guessing the bomb descent.
It feels like he's calling them back here, really just calling an evacuate on this. So leaving 2 to Secret, bringing the bomb a little bit more passive. And yeah, okay, he's pulling on the leash quite hard here, right? You could see there was a lot of talking from Snappy there. They lingered for a moment.
They took too long about it, I think.
Yeah, Snappy stayed there, and then they all started coming up. So he's definitely saying, no, I don't want you in Secret. You're coming back with me. This is where he's had to, I'm assuming here, but that's exactly what it looks like to me, that he's had to be quite stern.
they were very tempted to descend. You can see.
So we've got Secret, boss.
He's scoped up, walking in, but they're back to lobby, thanks to Snappy's call.
I don't care that you have Secret control. They're down there with pistols. I don't want to die. Come back with me now. And look at them all.
Yeah. Looking to walk back out into their favorite site here on Nuke.
Thank God they did listen. There's 2 Deagles down there, right? So this is a great call here from Snappy. It's brought everybody away from danger. These pistols are now stranded. And if they can stay very tight with this now, ENCE, they can avoid losing anything or trade to make sure that nothing's carried through into the next round. They've already won the half. This is 8, right? If we just got here. We just turn. If you just whack the stream and you go, oh, forZe vs ENCE, I want that one. You haven't really missed a whole lot other than what you'd expect from ENCE. Some fast tops, some Mac 10 action. Now they're starting to toy with forZe.
And ENCE, I mean, self-described, opponent-described, analyst-described as just a very unpredictable team. Inconsistent, there's lots of words to describe it. But, like, you can watch them on this Nuke, and it does look like a team that can truly, you know, make everyone work. But some of their recent results, at least outside of the Pro League, losses best of 1s to Havu, Dignitas, a best of 3 loss to Entropic, which we, of course, know as the grand final of the Malta Vibes.
Yeah, there's been... The thing is, with ENCE, I don't know how you frame them, right? And I know you were just saying, like, inconsistent. It's a team that has a very seasoned in-game leader with a lot of names that, unless you tuned into Counter-Strike this year, right? Maybe if you're a hardcore fan, you'd know Diha. The rest of these names, if you're just a general Counter-Strike fan, you don't know Dota, you don't know Hades, you don't know Spinks. They're all of this year, right? That's 100% the case with these names. Now, I think Diha and Hades combined is a very, very powerful duo. I think Spinks, we haven't seen truly what he has to offer completely just yet. We've seen glimpses. And I think Doto has been very handy as a supportive and clutch element for this team who, I know he's a Finn, but he doesn't really ever look flustered. Right? And he actually speaks in interviews. I remember, I think we did the first Doto interview not that long ago. So, yeah, I guess you could even start with the similar scenes on forZe. It's just less of an international mix here. But here we go. The util out to stop the top guys. 1 deep towards Squeaky, and that's enough to set Zorti up for a find. But in they go.
Wow, this is brave. Spinks feeding Zorti more. This is the first we've seen an AWP be the answer, the remedy to this top presence from ENCE, and descending the vent. Zorti firing off pot shots.
Still can get out of control. There's nobody lower right now for forZe.
Yeah, and the bomb has gone down. Hades would need this kill. Oh, it's just shy. Trims the ear hairs of Flit.
This is costly.
Your boy Snappy. He'd love to take Zorti's AWP away. Oh, now that's some audio. And he decides he's going to walk around the entire long way. Smoking down the vents is a bit spooky. Not sure what it achieves.
Looking at it, right? So if he tries the smoke fade in the smoke, he could go down the ladder into it. But they're going to be looking at it, right? So
Yeah.
it's one way to deal with things. It's not a way that's going to get Snappy anything at all. So ENCE grabs one. And we'll make that 2 now for forZe. So let's see if they can get 7 on the half. Maybe I was a little bit too quick to make my judgment.
This is, I mean, this is how they do it. He gets tagged down to 8 HP as he pulls the trigger onto the first, holding a nice line for his second. But yeah, Zorti's the only man so far to actually step up to the ENCE top take, and it's with an AWP on the site. So
Let's see if they can do that again,
Don't
shall
think
we?
you can replicate that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 up heaven, first mollying Squeaky, second mollying Heart. That's the way you do it. Oh, they're in again.
Down the vent so fast. Behind them comes Jerry. Oh, sound cue, no fun. But into the site, and now the heads have been hit. Already the bomb going down. This is like the Snappy speed, man. Bomb planted at 1 minute 33. Again, this time the lower site.
So you got some teams, you know, like the Gambits and the VPs
Bloody
of the
hell.
world, they want to wait out all the nades. They want to wait for them. Snappy ain't got time for that.
Snappy is a tournament admin's dream.
Yeah, he's like, all right, boys, how can we get this done in the quickest way possible? And that's 9. So just as simple as you like here. This is great stuff out of ENCE. They've come to play today. And here's one of the great things as well. Oh, let's just see if Hades gets a couple here, because all of these guns are very valuable for forZe. Hades, are you going to clear close? And that's a no. ENCE with the easiest kill of his life. Gets an upgrade into the AK-47. They can drop some guns across. They can keep the buy going for forZe. But at this point, the best they can get is 6. So the CT side will be pretty weak, pretty light on. If you're Snappy, I think one of the things that's a dream is to have a team where the players don't have any egos. Because if you say, I want you to rush top 15 times, and let's say it doesn't work, I'm sure these guys will do it. Yeah. I'm sure they'll do it.
Yeah, and it's part of the process, whereas you wouldn't even get to be a part of the process if someone was just saying, no, that's a stupid idea, undermining you, and bang. Zorti, 1 for 1. Hades, he just couldn't believe his luck. A back turned on Zorti's retreat, no util to bail him out, and we find ourselves in a very early 4-on-4, and they're just dry crossing. ENCE should catch one if Hades doesn't beat him to the punch. A weird lay of the land for our mid-round here, Chad. Everyone across secret side, Almays are aware, so the CTs are plugged into it.
Their flit's already lower.
Rotated in. I always find this exchange quite interesting. Do they boost? Do they just run across? Or do you just hit the first bullet out of your AK? That works too.
That definitely works. Molly the vent rotation, drop a smoke to safely plant. Bomb going down in a minute, so still quite early for some of the games we do here. And Jerry, seeing what he can find here, and I'm going to say it's going to be a hard fight to win against Diha, especially now. More nades coming his way.
Oh, now Almays has made things interesting. By finding Diha pushed up, Hades has to activate on the decon door. Plant is good for him, so he can't get caught out. And oh, the clear from Almays, making a round out of this. Bomb plant, not ideal for you, Doto, and they are holding it. I think he hoped the glass break would stop it, but instead it's diffused under their nose, and it was Almays with it all. He saves forZe and then some. Jerry, just the emotional support.
That one got a little bit out of control there for ENCE, right? It looked really, really good. Maybe took a fight or two that they probably shouldn't. And this is Almays just peeling him apart. Gets up to his 10th kill. This one, beautiful.
Onto an AWPer as well, like, very different round if you are ready for that. 4 kills in total from Almays, and forZe thanking their lucky stars. He's on the roster, top of the scoreboard, and pulls the 3rd home. Zorti activated outside, firing off a miss shot for now. Silo presence established as well to try and support Diha's project.
Lots of pressure on ENCE here. They are coming, the smoke wall in the air now. Flash forward, doesn't see anything, and unfortunately can't go in for a double dip there. We'll have to rotate towards the vents and try and cotton off this rotate. He is on his lonesome down towards the B side of things, ENCE. And with the smoke drop, that isn't going to last forever.
No sound cue provided. Doto just evades the flames. Zorti has actually managed to find that connection. He's been waiting there for a while. Trophy pushed up aggressive. And speaking of aggressive, look at Doto. This is a bit of a solo mission, though.
Oh, I'd hate to be a top defender right now. The fact that Dota has so much space and there's no one even defending hell or heaven. The top players are responsible for the top site and the flank.
Yeah, brutal. If they could do some damage, if they take down Kenzie, this one sucks for forZe. If Vito goes down dry again, just like that, and now they strike on the top side as well. Jerry completely blindsided. Wait, they're going back up? They're going back up. Almaza's there to receive.
Oh!
And Almaza with the adjustment. That's glorious. Takes 3 and gives it right back to forZe. Diha to make all of that redundant, though. He's strapped in for the 1v2. 2 already under his belt, and Zorti with patience, but Diha... Oh, Diha. Walking straight into the beast. Great play from Zorti, just anticipating that rotation through the lobby position, and it's Almaza that gives them a way up. I just saw them ascending, like all 3 just flying up that ladder, and that one unchecked vent is all Almaza needs. I think they killed Jerry Chad and just assumed.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe he even flicks up to the Heaven player as well, right? So that is absolutely wild. Dota with the sun in his eyes there. I'm sure I want to put the curtain up.
Yeah, are you
put
crazy?
The blinds down.
I remember how salty I'd get when it was just a little sun on my monitor.
Yeah, you don't want any of that, mate, but this is great. This third one here is fantastic,
right?
right?
Team flash as well.
Yeah.
Proper chaos.
Yeah, so a couple of little drums in the last 2 rounds for ENCE have given forZe something to work with here on this CT side. Faster yard smokes this time rounds, and well, is that the end goal? Finally with the util, forZe have been able to stop the top pops. An nade on the dome. Diha can't catch a break.
He can catch a nade, though. Very good at that.
I can't believe he hit that shot again onto Kenzie. Oh, they're going in.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it on the jiggle. He should be burning out here.
I think the molly missed.
And as the dust starts to settle, Flip pushes the lobby, re-aggresses into Snappy. Oh, I thought Hades had him every day of the week. It puts Doto into a real dire situation. forZe are going to close this gap here. Lobby aggression and good adjustment, but the dink from the M4 puts Doto on notice. 50 seconds. He'd love to be able to cut noise and disappear, go on a walk around the world. His retreat to yard is being held. Ooh. Maybe not. If he looks to cut noise here in the lobby, he could potentially be slipping through the ramp. Zorti will get concerned about that in about 20 or so seconds.
Yeah, it's curious. Are they just going to play one bomb site and retake together? Right, they have a lot of options here of how you want to approach this one if you're forZe. Dodo just hoping something comes his way here. Well, Flit's now starting to have a look towards the B bomb site. Dodo...
He'd have a plan.
He could just stroll on in.
I mean, it would have to be a anti-heaven plan.
Is he just... He's just saving.
Maybe.
Like, he'd have to start running now. Okay. Gave it a crack. Gave it a try. Why the hell not?
Fair crack of the old whip. But that one, yeah, that's another one for forZe, and it looked so promising at the start for ENCE. Almaza 16 at the top of the scoreboard as well. This was Doto 1 for the forZe boys 2. But a missed molly as well gave Almaza that ability.
It was 9-2, right? And it could end 9-6 here because it's Mac-10s and Tech-9s with 2 AKs on the side here for forZe going into the final round of play. Sorry, for ENCE going into the final round of play against a fully bought up forZe here. So here we go, back to the top rushes.
The util is definitely there, but the flashes, oh dear. Kenzie's only good for the 1. Even Jerry completely pushed and forced out of Mini. 2 from the heaven position. I'm getting flashbacks from those previous rounds. The flash is good. The trades are better. Diha does manage to dismantle the AWP in heaven, and now Jerry last of fall. There you have it. Another snappy-esque finish straight to the top site. It's done in 20 seconds and will be done in just 2 minutes. Taking a quick break, flying straight back into the second half of Nuke. So do stay tuned. attention away from Apex. Deny the bomb. Too many men. Great spray. Doubles them. And even Junior walked in. Apex has got 4. Make it 5.
They're not scared away, but maybe they should be.
Maybe they should. Oh my God, the Deagle.
Approach, there's one down, 1 out of 2. Come on, baby. Come on, Zaiwu. We don't have the time. Kid's strong, he's got it. Last man left to fight. Oh, Zaiwu! No time. All the kills. It's so down.
Still a problem. And Doto needs a very quick headshot. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Part of my story.
Well, we're back in business, folks. Ready to fly through to Cedarwood. All right.
Was that a ghost?
I don't know what's going on.
Was that in this, were they using their mic in game?
Some ghosts in the system.
Were they using their mics in game? Is that what happened? All right. Well, CT side. Quite heavily fortified here, and Hades gets a CZ75 in his hands. 1xBet odds favoring ENCE now, and well, it makes sense with the explosive start here on Nuke. Taking some pace off of this one, forZe. It's quite the contrast when you look at the way things are approached on the other side of things, but out ramp they go. Space taken, Spinks hiding a snap. He draws them on in, not looking in his direction. Spinks, he's not able to get anything. The third finally picked on up, and well, I think it's just Kenzie now to fall. Later trap at ramp. Couldn't have worked better. Kenzie gets a snappy one, but there it is, 11 for ENCE. They're looking fantastic on Nuke.
Yeah, and I mean, confirming the pistol as well as that 10th, you know, my hopes and dreams for the forZe, perhaps Nuke resurgence, the 60-40 Jerry was talking about, start to fade away. And I'm just starting to get excited for that Mirage and the potential for the full 3-map affair here.
Yeah, so forZe right now, the Dust are going to talk about it, I'm sure, but they're up to a 17-game win streak on the map of Mirage. They've won Mirage 17 times in a row, and today could be lucky number 18.
We've watched a couple of them, Chad, and it's not an overcomplicated approach, just
no,
a whole team that knows what they want to do.
It was just walk around and kill people.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel like there was that many layers to it. He's Deagle.
Hang on.
Yeah, he's making this interesting.
Yeah, he is. He's got so many angles. He's actually opted to reload. And so his FAMAS falls into enemy hands, pushing up. Flip doesn't find much. And yeah, neither will the boys from forZe.
So in that first half, I think if we're reflecting a little bit for forZe, they did try the force by wars very early against ENCE, right? Rounds 2, 3, and I think they converted the third, the fourth, ENCE force wired back, or force bought back if we're trying to speak the language properly. So there's really been a lot of financial investment early out of forZe. This time around, it was more of a lighter approach, and that's given them these AK-47s, the Galil and Amaze's hands. And let's see, can they show us anything here on this T side? It's not going to be easy. Dihar aggressive towards red. His position is slightly noted, as nade damage will indicate that, but unless kenzie clears his corners, he might just be a dead man here. Dihar gonna play it right in front of you, and he won't hesitate.
Yeah, it's always a very fruity game when you've got so many yard smokes out. A game within the game.
.4v5 now, pivoting towards top. Nobody has any space towards yard here for forZe. Has been completely denied. They need to be a blunt object, force their way in.
But with what?
Wow, a headshot and a flash.
A flash and a headshot, okay, right, well.
Doesn't even have to be in that order. They can headshot first, then they can flash.
If they're fancy, I suppose. Those are their two options, Chad, and I don't like either of them. You've got a pretty solid and potent setup here. Doto and Spinks Hutton playing float.
No
Two on ramp side.
Outside. They don't even care. They know it's not yard.
And so here we go, the slow. That was one of their two flashes. Almeza looking the wrong way. Doto unloads, and Zorti trying to dip his toe here into ramp, but he's already been dispatched of Hades. Softens him up for Snappy, and his last two have been scouted out here in the ramp position. A nice adjustment from Dihar. We'll wrap things up, put a bow on it, and get ready to rock and roll for the final three. 13-5, and the boys from forZe broken.
Okay, well, I think we all know where this one's headed. Great way to start off a round. Back turns. Comes in, closes out as well. Great shooting here from Dihar. Haven't really needed a whole lot from Hades here. It's not that he's not contributing, it's just that it hasn't been the Hades and Dihar show. It's really was, I think, Snappy's calling in the first half with everybody doing their job, and now Dihar with a couple of multi-kill rounds that have been finding some impact. Some pistols upgraded. Next round to play is going to be that max loss bonus, so can spend a little bit more. It's that Friday feeling. You know, forZe, they've had a long week. They've been allowed to splurge, spend a little bit extra cash. Trying to have a good night.
Down the spoons. Well, no fun to be had for kenzie as his screen goes white and his health bar goes black.
Had too much of the pre-drinks, I think.
Yeah, too many snake bites.
Look at Dihar go, just an absolute menace here. He's hearing all this. He knows that there's more around the corner.
The flip is gone.
You'll be coming with me, sir. Almeza, you smudged some Vaseline on your cam there, mate.
Yeah, no, that's actually his alter ego.
His alter ego?
I was trying to say Almeza backwards. It's a bit Rezamla.
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 Rezamla now.
Rezamla the Blurry is his full name.
2 on 5, guys.
I don't know, man. I've heard good things about Rezamla. And no, Jerry doesn't work.
Your edge?
Your edge.
Your edge.
So he's going to actually get an uncontested plant.
That's thanks to Jerry. Open the door. The sound cue's there, guys. So I don't think.
Go on. Go on, my son. You want any more in there? Oh.
Good plant, right? We knew they spent a bit more cash. Now they're going to be able to spend even more so. So 14 now to the 5 of forZe here. And this one is not delivering in the action-packed variety. If you're just a general Counter-Strike fan and you were hoping a back-and-forth affair here on map number 1, you're not getting it. But if you're an ENCE fan, if your name's Natu, Mr. Jonna Leppänen.
Very nice.
Thank you, I've been practicing.
Wow, it's rare to hear you commit, so I'm proud of you.
He's watching and he's loving it.
He is?
He's having a great time. He is having so much fun. Yeah. I guarantee it. The smile on his face right now.
And Finns don't have fun often.
He has a hot tub.
Yeah,
he has a lot of fun.
He does, and he smokes meats.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I think adult males do.
Smoke meat?
I saw Jason as soon as he got home, smoked his meats.
Of course he did. But yeah.
I don't smoke meats. I'm clearly
not
not a man.
a barbecue.
I don't even have a barbecue.
You don't have anywhere to smoke your meat. Well, this is really it, guys. This is forZe's last chance. Can they make anything of this map? It has been a very one-sided affair. Aggressive again towards yard is such a problem here because Dihar retains so much information. They know immediately that it's not going to be a yard play. Even willing to stand and fight.
Yeah. deep molly. They're throwing incendiaries onto the silo. You know they want that yard control, but it looks like they're going to battle for it. Okay, game on. And game face on for Diha. Full yard smokes. It does lock Zorti out from, excuse me, Hades out from providing support. And there is the first in the feed from forZe. Flit frags first.
Well, the fact that they aren't taking that secret space is going to come back to hurt them here because Hades is waiting and playing around his own smoke.
He's not looking the right way, though, and they have run boost across, so this will be an element of surprise. The left peak, he's...
Oh, tucked away from it now.
Yeah, accidentally. Maybe his angles will be held here. Yep, Spinks will confirm there was aggression. And you've got some space, I suppose, and Kenzie should be threatening. Almeza should have a gap, and he's pipping it, looking the wrong way, just in the corner.
Blind spot, huh?
Perfect blind spot from Spinks. And now survival is his priority, and Zorti will collect a freebie. Kenzie walking a little lackadaisical, and Zorti now doesn't get a chance to get even close to the site. So yeah, I mean, felt very one by one, felt very under the pump. I think Spinks didn't really have to break a sweat for any of those 3 frags he collected.
Yeah, this has been easy. This has just been really easy for ENCE.
Now,
right?
I can't wait
No
to see the
cliches,
contrast.
Yeah, look, Mirage I think is going to be a lot closer of a matchup. I don't think it's going to be this level of a disparity, right? Just because forZe are on that streak. If you have a look, I'm sure it's not, 16-5 type of score lines here. So this is really, really good from ENCE. It's quite a statement. I love that they just continue with these faster maneuvers, that it's working the way it has been, and now they're just closing out in style. We did get to see Hades there on the AWP hitting a couple of nice ones and a different smoke wall in play. Let's see, how does Diha deal with this? Drops his own molly, trying to slow down that secret descent. Hearing a lot of bullets being spammed on through here. Snappy's about to have company when that fades. His molly defensive allows him to isolate for a fight on the left, and Jerry burning. Zorti forward and would need the kill. Warning shots only, and well, it's not looking great here.
Not at all.
They have been able to get across to secret. They've even got the opening, so Zorti, there you go. He's opened up the account. He's taken out Diha, that's a big find.
Yeah, he actually immediately started to try and return to Ram. So if Snappy is aware... Oh, Zorti with more impact for the boys. Doto's filled the gap, though, and this element of surprise could catch him. He's been very audible about his return to lobby, and so that could result in another catch. Spinks is down, 3v2, Hades to hold on to this top site, and already deals with the first threat. Zorti now forced into a bit of a tight situation and cleared by Doto. Problems for forZe, all that hard work, and may not even see another round of play. Looking to end it here in a snappy manner, appropriately, for ENCE. He's only got 20 seconds, Chad. They could even let him pick up the bomb, but it doesn't look like Hades has intentions to do so. Dude needs his util. The smoke is exactly what he was looking for. It's going to be so close. He's going to have to run now, and they're not going to let him pick it up. This molly's down. And what a horrible way for this last round to transpire. They've spread out enough. And it will be ENCE finishing things off. It's a domination on their map pick. 16-5. A quick dismantling, and now preparing to see if forZe can make their 17-map Mirage win streak 18.